The House will now proceed to general consideration of general business notices of motion or orders of the day not being bills. The clerk will read the first item of business.
Notices of motions, general notices, number 3445, Western Sydney Infrastructure.
I call the member for Penrith.
Thank you, Mr Temporary Speaker. I move that this House 1 congratulates the government for continuing to invest in Western Sydney infrastructure after 12 years of neglect. 2, commends the investment in the 2025-26 budget for a further $5.2 million for Penrith Beach over the next 2 seasons. 3, acknowledges that 330,000 visitors have already enjoyed free swimming, life-saving and learn to swim classes and will further benefit from more free workshops this summer. The Minns Labor government has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to addressing the pressing needs of Western Sydney, from infrastructure, roads, public transport to education, jobs and recreational infrastructure like Penrith Beach. Unlike the previous government, we don't make hollow announcements, we deliver on our commitments. We have outlined and reinforced these commitments in successive budgets. These bold investments are not just figures on a page, they represent real, tangible improvements as we invest in the daily lives for our Western Sydney residents. I would argue that Western Sydney is the beating heart of New South Wales. It's home to nearly 37% of households with children, a thriving multicultural community, and some of the fastest growing suburbs in the country. And as Australia's third largest economy, for far too long, it was underserved and largely ignored by the previous government. And that's now changing under a Minns Labor government. In education, the Minns Labor government is delivering the largest investment in public education infrastructure in New South Wales history. Together with the Better and Fairer Schools Agreement, $10.4 billion is being directed to every public school student. In Western Sydney alone, $3.9 billion is funding new and upgraded schools in Box Hill, Emerald Hills, Gables, Grantham Farm, Narimba Fields, Jordan Springs, Tallawong and Wilton. We're also delivering 100 new public preschools, with more than half of those in Western Sydney. A contract has now been awarded to design and construct 40 further public preschools across Western Sydney, which will deliver places for up to 3,600 children. We inherited a crippling teacher shortage crisis with 10,000 classes cancelled each and every day. But by respecting and investing in our educators, scrapping the wages cap, delivering historical pay increases and reducing administrative burdens, we've made thousands of teachers permanent. The result? In my electorate of Penrith alone, teacher vacancies are now down by a massive 73%. Our commitment to education infrastructure extends beyond our schools and into higher education. This government is unapologetically rebuilding our beloved vocational training system, TAFE, after it was dismantled and largely privatised under the previous government. The Minns government's multi-million-dollar investment to recruit and retain TAFE teachers, who are essential to building the pipeline of skilled workers New South Wales so needs. This investment is imperative to provide greater job security for our dedicated TAFE teachers, who are the backbone of our vocational education system. We must restore TAFE to its former position of the well-respected, preeminent choice for our employers and especially for our tradies in Western Sydney. I want to also highlight this government's significant public transport infrastructure investments that will continue to underpin Western Sydney's ever-growing community and economy. With a huge boost to Western Sydney's bus network, this funding will introduce new routes and also increase the frequency of services to better connect communities after 12 years of neglect. Continuing investment over 4 years for the Sydney Metro, Western Sydney Airport, delivering 6 new metro stations to service the future Western Sydney International Airport, and Aerotropolis reinforces our commitment to fund major infrastructure in Western Sydney. Healthcare is also being revolutionised. Nepean Hospital redevelopment has just reached its stage 2 top out, while $3.4 billion is being invested in new and upgraded hospitals throughout Western Sydney. Speaker, the success of Penrith Beach is undeniable. It has delivered Measurable outcomes in health and safety, provided equitable access to water-based recreation, and laid the groundwork for long-term investment in permanent infrastructure. This initiative is not just a seasonal attraction, it is a vision for a healthier, more connected, inclusive Western Sydney. Working together with Deputy Premier Carr, we unlocked this gem for community. I thank her for her continued support and advocacy. Under the previous government, Penrith Beach was locked up and forgotten. Despite pleading from community for its open access, it was always denied and fell on deaf ears. It wasn't until the Minns Labor government came along with a can-do attitude and invested to provide the infrastructure and access. Across its first 2 seasons, Penrith Beach welcomed more than 340,000 visitors. This extraordinary turnout is a clear demonstration of the strong demand for accessible, safe and inclusive water recreation opportunities in Western Sydney. That is why in the 2025-26 budget, the Minns Labor government invested a further $5.2 million in Penrith Beach for the next 2 seasons. The beach has provided a family-friendly environment, professionally supervised by lifeguards, where people of all ages can enjoy activities like swimming, paddling, kayaking and picnicking, all free of charge. It has been a place where community spirit thrives and where safety and cleanliness have been paramount. Feedback from visitors consistently praise the iconic setting, welcoming atmosphere and well-managed facilities. Importantly, Penrith Beach has delivered more than just recreation. It has become a platform for building health, wellbeing and safety. One of the standout successes has been the Junior Lifesavers program, which seen over 1,200 participants gain vital life-saving and water safety skills. There have been other free activities such as Sandy Cinema, Wildlife Wednesday, Fitness Boot Camp and the Learn to Swim program. Through partnership with Skin Check Champions, beachgoers receive skin cancer screenings, an important step in preventative health for our region. Planning is now underway for season 3. Taken together, the first 2 seasons have demonstrated clear community benefit, proven demand. The initiative has provided equitable access to water-based recreation for our families in Western Sydney and have delivered measurable outcomes.